you whining about, bro? You already know. I'm gonna let this thing give it time to marinate, and then I'm smacking down everybody. What? Come here. Come here. Come here. Disgusted isn't even the word. Let me send out some links here in a minute. If you're coming in here, man. Oh, I got a lot to talk about. Receivers. Oh, we can talk about those for sure. But it's scrolling on the bottom of my screen, and if you think any differently, I don't know what football game you was watching. Well, there's another part to that too. Adam Fuller better get his shit together. No reason Jeff Sims should have came in and did what he did tonight. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. That defense get a flat-out F. And Adam Fuller made no adjustments. And if you can't stop Jeff Sims, there's no damn way you're stopping De'Aaron King. Regardless of what I think of De'Aaron King as a quarterback, if you couldn't stop Jeff Sims, you can't stop De'Aaron King, period. J-Dub, Jerry and Jones, overrated, nothing but hype. Get him out of here. But I got a lot of stuff to talk about. I'm finna rant. Let me send out a couple links. Because I know I got some Miami friends that want to come here and talk trash. Only positive you can take from this game is that the team is coached better. That's an unequivocal fact. I don't want to hear no blame on Mike Norvell. Now, Adam Fuller, you got some questions to answer. But the team as a whole was coached better. I thought the offensive line and pass protection looked fairly good. They couldn't seem to get a push run blocking on pass protection. Black had time. Black had plenty of time, and he would make pressure up in his mind and scramble out of a good pocket and mess up a play. But like I said, I'm gonna send out a couple links here in a second. They got me drinking. Thought I was gonna come up here and I expected the offense to struggle, you know what I'm saying? But from what I saw today, holy shit. Yeah, Jeff Sims played better than James. Even with the 2 interceptions, Jeff Sims played better than James BLACKMAN, and I don't care what anybody says. The only pass you can give BLACKMAN is that he had drop passes. Warren Thompson, yeah, I was one of the people said a lot of good things about you, thought you were talented. What the hell were you doing tonight? Terry had one drop that was probably a touchdown. Ja'Shawn Corbin does not look explosive at running back. Webb definitely looks like the better back. I don't know if it's because of the weight that Ja'Shawn Corbin doesn't look as good. Because I remember watching him at A&M and he looked explosive. He does not look explosive for us. He looks slow. Defensively on the edge, we are slow. We need a pass rusher bad. Gainer looked good. I thought the linebackers looked good. Like I thought. I said the linebackers would be much improved. To me, they looked good. Our ends are bad. We had no pass rush. Janoris Robinson, he's a solid player. He's not a pass rusher, though. He's a run-containing type of guy. We had nobody on the edge defensively. Lars Woodbay, we need Hanson Nazaldine. Woodbay is not it. Hampson needs to get healthy. And even with all that said, there's still no excuse for Georgia Tech to go for over 400 yards of offense. So I'm pretty lit right now because what I saw was reminiscent of Boise State, but on a lesser degree. I'll say this again: there was no dumb. We didn't shoot ourselves in the foot per se on penalties or turnovers or anything like that. We just didn't execute down the stretch. Couldn't make I never understand how you on first down you can force them into 2nd and 15 and we'll give that 10 yards right back and now they're into a 3rd and 5. Adam Fuller didn't make any adjustments, man, and I'm trying to be calm. But everybody was talking about Adam Fuller being this and that. Adam Fuller made no adjustments from the first half to the second half defensively. Let's go over some stats. Well, let's go over some notes. I took down a bunch of notes here. Warren Thompson dropping balls. Yep, talked about that. No pass rush. Talked about that. BLACKMAN is broke. And I'm going to rant on BLACKMAN pretty much this whole stream. So if you don't want to hear about it, or if you think BLACKMAN is a good quarterback, or you think he played well, you probably want to leave. You can leave the stream and go find somebody else that'll pander to James BLACKMAN. I'm going to probably smash James BLACKMAN this whole – I already wasn't high on him. Anybody who watches any of my videos and been watching me any for any amount of time know I have not been high on BLACKMAN. I gave him the benefit of the doubt, thinking he had cleaned some things up. He's the same quarterback. Doesn't get rid of the ball, holds the ball too long, indecisive decision-making, bad decision-making, doesn't see the field. Oh, and he's still inaccurate as hell. Some of those drops, if the ball had been put in a better spot, the guy probably catches it. That great catch that Cam McDonald made on the first drive, yeah, that was a bad throw. Cam McDonald made a good adjustment on the ball. That was a late throw to Keyshawn Helton on that touchdown. He luckily got it past the linebacker. See, I see the little things like this when I watch football. Some of y'all don't see that. Some of y'all just see stats or whatever. There's little things. Football's a game of inches. Black's not accurate. He's the exact same guy that we thought he was. And missing Chuba Purdy hurts us. It hurts us. Had Chuba Purdy been healthy, Chuba Purdy would have started the entire second half. If Jeff Sims can play like that without a spring, because I don't want to hear about early enrollee because Jeff Sims didn't have a spring either. If Jeff Sims can play like that, Chuba Purdy could have lit the damn world on fire tonight. I'm done with Black. One of the great things of this game, special teams was a huge plus. Special teams was a huge plus. How many damn – the score should be worse. We blocked 3 field goals. The score should have been worse. I thought the O-line was a big plus. Again, I think it sucks, man, because we suffered a ton of injuries. Good news is I don't think any of them are like long-lasting injuries, but we suffered a ton of injuries on the offensive line. And I think every starter on the O-line got hurt at least once, which is I've never seen that before in a football game. So the football guys just are not on our side. I thought pass protection, I thought for the most part the offensive line looked good. I honestly did. I honestly think the bye week's going to help the O-line get healthy. I think the O-line was the best. Offensive line was the best part of the offense. Who the hell would have thought I would have said that coming into this game? Running back, Webb looked good to me. Toafili looked okay to me. He only had limited touches. I thought Webb was definitely the more explosive back. Corbin didn't look any good to me, in my opinion. The receivers, can they not get separation? Holy shit. Either the receivers couldn't get separation or James BLACKMAN just didn't know where to go with the ball. It's a little bit of combination of both. Offensive line was probably the best unit on offense tonight. Already talked about Corbin doesn't look explosive. We miss Hamza. We miss Hamza a lot. Wide receivers dropping balls, talked about that. Lacking the speed on the edges. I thought the tackling, at the time when I wrote this, I thought the tackling was horrendous. I thought they cleaned the tackling up later on as the game. I kind of expected some missed tackles with the early. Can you close the door for me?
Yeah, a couple minutes. You can go.
Can you close the door for me? When I'm done, I'll go. When I'm done. Yeah, whatever. I lost my spot. Tackling. I thought they cleaned the tackling up later on as the game went on. And initially, I thought they were missing some bad. But Jeff Sims, he's the type of quarterback that's going to make you miss tackles. So I'm not tackling, tackling and get better. Not going to knock that too much. But again, if you can't contain Jeff Sims, you can't contain De'Aaron King. Period. We're going to lose to Miami. Point blank, period. We're going to lose to Miami. Not even going to sit here and pretend. I'm going to get to these comments here in a minute. So y'all keep dropping them. I'll go back and look over them. Jerry and Jones, again, bunch of hype. J-Dub, bunch of hype. J-Dub got beat constantly this game. Bunch of hype. What time did that party start?
30 minutes ago.
Oh, you might have to bring me a plate, cuz.
It ain't happening, cuz.
Why not?
You gonna come?
No. I got too much stuff to talk about.
Pause?
No, ain't no pause.
You're talking now.
What was I about? Yep, pause. Should have started the game. So there was a drive that they started doing some short passes to basically like screen passes to Terry. I feel like you should have started the game with that. I feel like we should have saw Jordan Travis way sooner than we ended up seeing him. Didn't understand why it took us to the second half to see Jordan Travis. Adam Fuller, again, Adam Fuller better figure it out. Giving up 400-plus yards to Jeff Sims-led Georgia Tech. Yeah, you better figure it out. Again, I talked about one knock on the offensive line was I feel like they couldn't get a push in the run game. Asante bailed us out multiple times. The one baller we got on this team, I'm calling him young GOAT from here on out, is Asante Samuel, number 26. That kid came to play. Can't talk about the rest of the team. But Asante Samuel bailed us out multiple times because, again, the score probably should have been worse than what it was, guys. Multiple offensive line injuries, talked about that. Special teams was special. We had 7 penalties, but for only 50 yards, which is a vast improvement for us. Again, I think the team was coached. We didn't look lost. We were coached well. It's time for some guys just to find some heart. And it's also time for us to move on from some other guys, starting with James BLACKMAN. And like I said, accuracy is still an issue for BLACKMAN. So until Chuba comes back, whatever. But let me scroll up here a little bit. Jurgen, I'll come to you last because I don't care what you have to say. I'm going to go up here. I'm going to read some of these comments. We had so many opportunities. Defense had an F. Mr. Polk, defense can't tackle. I thought they sure the tackling up by the end of it. No blooded. But at first I was saying the same thing. Defense can't tackle. Defense was bad. Yep. You're right. Defense was so disappointing. Very much, sir. Rant. Man, I'm deflated. It's not BLACKMAN's fault. It's the defense and O-line's fault. Jalen, you a young brother. You do not put that on the D. This has nothing to do with the offensive line, homie. This has nothing to do with the offensive line. And everything to do with BLACKMAN holding the ball. These players have no fight. They're okay with losing. Seems like they are okay with losing for sure, Pat. Black had all day. He sure did. Execution was just not there, which I expected to be some execution problems. It's crazy that Georgia Tech with a freshman out-executed us. Crazy, Tyler. Thompson looks the part, but come on. Thompson. Warren Thompson, yeah. Looks the part, but can't catch. Corbin slow, amen. 0 pass rush. We have no Boulware. Hell, we don't need Peter Boulware. Can we get Brian Burns? Then I'll take Everett Brown. Can we get something? Bring back Laybourne. Receivers played awful, but McDonald one bright spot too. Tight ends, as far as McDonald goes, played well. McDonald played well. Choke in the second. Let him have it, fam. Go to hell, Jurgen Henry. Man, I want to talk, but I might say something very ugly, so I'm just going to listen and drink. Go ahead, man. Please vent. This is what this stream is for, venting. By all means, vent. We need Purdy. Yes, we do. Blackman late on his throws. Of course he is. I need Chuba. Chuba also runs a 4-4. Chuba would have been able to run and throw. Black still black. Blackman sucks ass. A lot of points on the field. We left a lot of points on the field. O-line was solid. Thank you. If anybody watched the game, the offensive line was solid. Was it perfect? Of course not. No offensive line is. But the O-line was solid. It looked better than it had looked at any point last year. Dude, you are preaching it. Thank you, Don. O-line improved. Tight end was good. Third down was so bad. What's up with the defense playing so far off the wide receivers? Don't get that either. Jurgen. O-line honestly handled 5 and 6 man pressures well. Good answers from the backfield against the blitz. Yep, I agree. None from the receiver position. Receivers didn't seem like they could do much of anything for whatever reason. Hold on, I think I jumped out. Here we go. Polk County, it's not Mike, it's the players. I saw this coach pissed as hell. Oh, again, if you're going to come in here and you're going to blame Mike Norvell, man, go on with that. And if you come in here for the first time, please hit the like button. I got 38 people in here. Please hit the like button. If you're new, please subscribe to the channel. Raymond James, their mental state is horrible. Rasab, man, you got a crazy name. But Black is fixing to bury 2 coaches because he can't run the read option. The hell with the read option. It has nothing to do with the read option. Black ain't got nothing to do with the read option. Black had all day to throw on some of these plays, but he was feeling ghosts, or what they call, you feeling pressure that's not there. So he was seeing ghosts. I don't blame him for seeing ghosts per se because of what he's dealt with in his tenure. But at some point, man, you got to get what happened to you out of your head and focus on what's going on now. Black and he's still inaccurate. At the end of the day, one of his biggest problems is he's inaccurate as hell. Jurgen's laughing. Hey, FSU trash, Bill Canes. Don't even know you, Holden. I'll let you stick around for a little bit. If you're going to subscribe, you can stick around. Bobby, after that delay, I knew it wasn't going to be the same. But you can't even blame the delay. I hear what you're trying to say, Bobby, but that weather delay had nothing to do with it. The O-line played good. Sure did. Sup with Terry. Don't know Terry's grandmother passed away today. I don't know, maybe that had something to do with his game. Don't know. Don't want to make any excuses for the man. Terry got a little pass because of the grandma, but we know he can do. We know who Terry can definitely do better. So I'm caught up on all the comments, and now I'm about to get into this James Blackman bashing. All right, let me take a sip here. Oh, Adrian Stacy, I didn't see you. You said running backs are trash. Running backs didn't look explosive. I mean, I thought Webb looked explosive. Yeah, Emmett Rice did drop a pick 6. That probably seals that game. Good point there. How do you say your name? I'll just call you. I lost your comment. There, but Emmett Rice did drop a pick 6. There you go. Tonio Sports. Emmett Rice definitely dropped a pick 6. That would have sealed it. And that's another thing. If I want to criticize Norvell on one thing, I'll criticize him on running the ball. I don't know why we didn't run the ball more. We just let James Blackman try to air it out. Norvell, coming from Memphis, was known as a coach that heavy run game. Didn't run the ball. If you couldn't get conventional run set up, Jordan Travis was getting yards when he came in the game in the Wildcat. Do it sooner than the midway through the third quarter. So I don't know what Norvell's thought process was on that. Did you see Black shaking his head, looking dejected? Because that's how Black is. What if Georgia Tech is just good and their quarterback could run and was impressive? Georgia Tech isn't good. We know that from them going 3-10 last year. So we know they're not good. They're in a transition. I don't want to hear that. What if Georgia Tech is just good? We're better, more talented. Jeff Sims is solid. Jeff Sims looked better than James Blackman, even though he threw 2 picks, which were really bad throws, by the way. Jeff Sims, he threw 2 really bad mistakes on those. Again, to me, it was nothing Adam Fuller did on defense. He just made 2 really poor throws, and Asante Samuel took advantage. Shout out to Asante Samuel. But we definitely need a better defense. Reb ones with hearts. Webb's got some wiggle to him, Tyler. You think we'll improve for Miami? No. Next question. Warren J couldn't catch coronavirus. You goddamn right. Obviously, he didn't catch it from DJ, and he couldn't catch a football. So you 100% nail on the head. Warren J couldn't catch coronavirus if he stood next to DJ Matthews. That would have been a 50-yard play. No way they make that, Anthony. They were on 30-yard. Corbin didn't look good. Corbin did not look good to me. I agree wholeheartedly. Jeff Sims went to your high school. All right, so you over there in Jacksonville. The way it's looking now, Norvell should have held on to him over Tate Rodemaker. He should have signed Purdy and Sims and let Tate Rodemaker go elsewhere because Jeff Sims could have helped us win tonight. LOL, he said Georgia Tech isn't good. Okay, Jackson, with a bunch of numbers behind your name, which are probably not even a real account. We all know Georgia Tech isn't good. We're not good. So FSU sucks. I'm not even going to pretend like we're good. Georgia Tech's not good. We suck. We suck and Georgia Tech sucks. Georgia Tech just sucks a little less. Jerry Jones didn't show much. Jerry Jones didn't show nothing. Bunch of hype. A bunch of hype. Take that nickname away, that J-Dub nickname. You are Jerry and freaking Jones until you prove otherwise. Asante Samuel showed up. I can't say any other DB really showed up. Jones got beat multiple times for first downs and touchdowns. That was what I'm saying. Jeff Sims is a freshman and looked better than Black. I want to see some depth chart changes for sure. Y'all ready for Miami? I don't even blame Jeff Sims for going to Georgia Tech. How'd they cut DeAndre Francois? But people BLACKMAN lost true freshman. Yep. Tonio Sports lost to a true freshman twice in back-to-back years. Ain't that sad? How you feel about James Blackman? Mark, I already talked about that. But you're going to hear more of it. Terry, number 27. What? Hold up. Why the hell didn't we play maybe the fastest running back on the team in Corey Wren? What is Corey Wren going to add? He can be as fast as he want to be. Corey Wren ain't. There's a reason Corey Wren didn't play, and that's because physically Corey Wren would have got his head knocked off. Corey Wren got to build his body up. Blackman is a good practice quarterback. Just like Jerry Jones is a good practice defensive back. Warren Thompson's a good practice wide receiver. You can show all the highlights you want in practice, but on the game, none of those guys showed up. Why didn't we see Kentron Portier tonight? Could have put him out there with Warren Thompson dropping all those balls. Bro, what happened to the low? Yeah, you're right, Anthony. That hyped up D-line didn't show up, did it? Even though I thought the defensive tackles played, I would give the defensive tackles about a C grade. Edge rushers, I got to give edge rushers, other than J-Rob. And again, just judging J-Rob off of his game, I'm not going to sit here and criticize him for his lack of a pass rush because that's not his game. But defensive ends as a whole, you got to give like a D or an F. D tackles, I'm going to give a C plus because there was some plays they made. But you cannot have Marvin Wilson running down Jeff Sims. I don't care how good Marvin Wilson is. He shouldn't be the one having to chase down Jeff Sims. That's what your defensive ends and your linebackers are for. I thought linebackers played good though. I thought Gaynor was all over the place. I thought the Loach looked like he was triggering to the ball. I give the linebackers a B. I'll give Asante Samuel an A. But I give the rest of that secondary a D because I didn't see no one else step up. Woodbay, where was he? Did he make any plays tonight? Jerry and Jones getting burnt all across the field. And I don't even ask me who the other safety was playing tonight because I didn't see him. I think Brownlee played most of the other safety spot. Put Travis J in the game. I'm going to give up my grades here. Offensively, everyone gets an F except for the offensive line. I'm going to give them an A because that was the best that offensive line has looked in the past 3 years. Let me go back up here. Jones gave up in 3rd and 5th. Jones gave up a touchdown. Hell. Check to see if Neon Dion can get a medical waiver. Yeah, he ain't lying. Maybe we can get Leon Sandcastle over here. I like Wilson over Thompson. Pookie. Man, I want to see. Pookie didn't look bad. I'm not going to say anything negative. But throw Isaiah Bolden out there. Throw someone else out there. I didn't see any Jordan Young tonight. Why you didn't put him in there over Warren Thompson? Correction, that D-line didn't do anything. And J-Rob needs to get benched. I thought J-Rob had a solid game, to be quite honest with you. If you're expecting J-Rob to be Brian Burns, you're mistaken. Maurice Ortiz just said, so do you think the fact that Tech had a couple lineman starters out makes this loss worse? The fact that Tech is completely rebuilding, period, makes this loss worse. You have a guy, a triple option team that's starting a true freshman quarterback with a depleted offensive line. I mean, come on, man. Come on, dog. Good question right there. Why was J-Rob in coverage? That's Adam Fuller's got some questions. He better come up. Why is Janarius Robinson is not a twitchy athlete? Why is he in the flat in coverage? Didn't understand that play either, Tyler. Didn't make any damn sense. Special team was the highlight of the entire team. Special teams looked good. Durden didn't show up at all today. Absolutely right. Didn't hear Durden's name once. Thought Coop played solid. Thought Marv played good. Durden didn't show up. Lovett seemed to get more burned than Durden, if I'm not mistaken. I think I saw Lovett on the field a little bit more. Linebacking core looked solid. I thought they were the best group on the defense. Wait, what? Helton is shorter and smaller than Wren? What are you talking about, bro? Helton has been in a college weight program for the last 3 years. What are you talking about? Wren is a true freshman. Did you not see the Kalen Brooks smack Corey Wren in the mouth? Come on, homie. If the Kalen Brooks can big hit stick you, you need body development. Receivers dropped the ball. Defense drops interception. Well, defense dropped one interception, no blooded. Emmett Rice did drop one. But again, that's a linebacker. I'm not going to hold that against Emmett Rice like that. But I understand the frustration there. I do. I said the same. Woodbay was a no-show. Time for us to admit that. Yeah, time for us to maybe admit that Woodbay's not the guy. It might be that. And I hate to do that to him because he had a devastating injury last year. And I do think he has some talent. But maybe he needs to be used in a different way. Because Hampson Azaldine would have changed that entire defense, I think. Do you believe the 4-2-5 defense? The 4-2-5 defense ain't the problem. When we won a national championship, what defense do you think Pruitt ran? We ran a 4-2-5. Granted, we had better players, but the scheme isn't the problem. Dotson was unimpressive. I didn't even know Dotson played any snaps, Tyler. That just shows you how bad Dotson was. Again, defensive secondary gets an F with the exception of Asante Samuel. Go Gators, yeah. I think delays hurt FSU momentum. We're not using that excuse, J-Stacks. Sorry, not doing it. Because guess what? Georgia Tech had the same delays. We're not using that excuse. Encyclopedia. The team doesn't care. I'm convinced this is 90% of team/coach's fault. 10% of refs never calling. There was some calls that I felt the refs were like, what the hell's going on? But it's whatever there. Wasn't James Blackman benched multiple times in the past? How is he back? Black's never been benched. Last year, they rotated between Hornibrook and Black. But other than that, Black's never really been benched. No, Pruitt ran a 4-3 encyclopedia. Not a 4-3, a 4-2-5. Pruitt ran the 4-2-5. FSU, only time FSU's run the 3-4 was last year. We saw how that was. David says, do you think they got rid of Coach Taggart too early? No. No, this has nothing to do with Coach Taggart and Coach Norvell. And that's just a fact. This team looked miles ahead of anything Coach Taggart had ever put on the field in his tenure. This team wasn't bad. This wasn't a bad coached game. This was a bad players on the field. We need to find a quarterback. And need to find some guys with some heart. Why not play Tate? They may go to with Tate. I don't know what Tate does better than Black, but they may go with Tate. Bruh, stop it. Ren's speed should call him to bounce outside like Jordan Travis, and his speed would have neutralized any kind of major tackling impact. Tell that to DeKalen Brooks, if that's the case. If Ren's that damn fast and his speed can neutralize everything. I saw DeKalen Brooks, who we can all agree, by far the worst linebacker on FSU's roster as far as scholarship, smack Ren in the mouth. Stop, dude. I know some of y'all out there like Corey Wren, but sometimes some of these guys need a year or two to develop their bodies. That's just the way football works. Everybody's not a plug-and-play player. Everybody don't get – if he was, he'd be a 5-star. Everybody don't come in and play right away. Some people need to get in the weight room, period. I like Norvell. I really do think Norvell's a good coach. I've seen how he coached Memphis. I've seen how he coached – again, this team looked night and day compared to any team from last year. James Black was just the same James Blackman. And it didn't help that Taggart didn't recruit any quarterbacks in his tenure. Remember, we went 2 full years without any quarterback recruits. So we don't have anybody behind. We don't have like a red shirt sophomore behind Black that we can turn to. We were all banking on Chuba. I know I was. When we signed Chuba, I said, that's the guy day one that I want to go with. Then he gets hurt. Black looks decent in camp. We start giving Black the benefit of the doubt, but Black turned out to show all of us was fools. Very hard to find good things to stand out about Blackman. I didn't. Who's calling the plays on? Norvell calls the plays, if I'm not mistaken, JJ. I think we just need to teach Travis to pass. Blackman is just not a good QB. I respect the hell of his loyalty, but he hasn't done – I don't know what the deal is with Jordan. If Jordan Travis is this bad at throwing that 2 separate coaching staffs don't want to use him, move him to a wide receiver or something. I agree. Either Jordan Travis, I don't know what's going on with that. Don't blame Black because you can't throw or run with no O-line. The offensive line wasn't the problem, Jalen. But you can keep talking about the offensive line all you want, but that was not the problem tonight. If you want to talk about the receivers not catching balls, we can make that an excuse. Be honest, there's a lot of missed pass interference calls. I thought there was a few out there. I thought there was a few, but I also thought that the ones that they missed were kind of bang, man. Stop depending on refs to bail you out. I'm not here to make any excuses tonight, folks. Not in this game, not with this talent gap. We ain't making no excuses tonight. I don't want to see Brian Robinson. Yeah, I've been curious why we don't see why he was. I was curious why Brian Robinson wasn't on the 2 deep depth chart, to be quite honest with you. Offensive line played good, man. I gave him an A. Now, is that A maybe misplaced? It could be, but it's compared to what we have been seeing, that was an A effort by the offensive line. And with the injuries that offensive line was suffering all game, again, I think every single player on the offensive line at one point tonight was on the field injured, which is crazy. And the offensive line still played well. Chaz Neal played trash. So on the strip sack on James Blackman, that was all on Chaz Neal. Not going to blame James Blackman for that. I'm not saying the offensive line was perfect. And then when the second guys got in there, it started to look a little suspect. I don't understand why you didn't put Robert Scott, the threat. You had him on the 2 deep. Put him over there instead of Chaz Neal. Obviously, Chaz Neal's not good, but it's whatever. Sometimes I look at these games and I feel like I can make better decisions than some of these coaches do, but we'll give it time. Just expect us to be 0-2. We're not going to beat Miami, folks. Our first win will be Jacksonville State. We'll beat that team. You can't lie. Georgia Tech safety. Oh, yeah. Tamarion Terry got hit hard on that one. But that was a good football play. You know, I was looking for the target, but can't even sit here and pretend. That was a good football play. I mean, it hit Tamarion Terry head in the hands, and the DB led with the shoulder right into the chest or like the stomach area. Terry might have to go see if he got a couple broken ribs after that one. Chaz Neal was so bad, very. I agree with you 100% about Travis. I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Jordan Travis, how bad is he that 2 coaching staffs won't put him in the game at quarterback only to run the ball? So we're shit. Look, guys, we are shit out of luck on this quarterback situation. If it gets to the point where we have to go with Tate Rodemaker, we can cancel the season, folks. And I hate to say it like that, not because I don't think Tate Rodemaker has a future and he has talent. Maybe his accuracy is better, and that will help affect the. At this point, at first I didn't want to see Tate because I just feel like, again, the same Tate Rodemaker's in the same boat to me as a Corey Wren. Doesn't mean they're not talented. I know they're talented. Some of these guys need to develop. Some of these guys need to take a year in a weight room, in the classroom. When I say the classroom, the film room, and develop their skills and all that stuff. There's nothing wrong with that. But at this point, we might as well go with Rodemaker. At this point, we might as well go with Rodemaker. Brady Scott was bad too. I didn't think Brady Scott looked that bad. In limited playing time. He had a bad false start, but I think once he was actually blocking, he held up pretty solid there. We'll beat, if we don't beat Jacksonville State, I might just come here on live and blow my brains out. We're that bad. We had so much hope, but overall offensive line was solid. Yeah, we have no depth. That's what really sucks. I think that starting five is decent. We just have nothing behind them. Let's go Jackets. Hello, Dustin. You're going to come in here and talk trash? Just please subscribe to the channel. I would appreciate that. Or definitely hit that like button. At least we don't have to lose to UF this year. Let's not even talk about that. Jalen the King asks 7-3. Are you asking our record? Because at this point, we'll be lucky to win. Georgia Tech, you needed that win. You're going to lose to Miami now. I'll be shocked if we beat Miami. I'd have to get the schedule here, and I don't feel like doing all of that. But this is what we know. Clemson's an L. If you can beat Georgia Tech, I'll take UNC's an L. Louisville's an L. Like, bro, I can just go down the freaking list. I feel like Norvell didn't pursue a transfer QB like he should. In hindsight, it looks like he should have. I remember when he took over, he said he wasn't going to pursue a transfer quarterback. In hindsight, it looks like maybe he should have. But I guess no one thought that Purdy would be hurt. I think the future is bright. Some of these young players, we ain't going to see so much change continue to play these kids. I agree, Mark Perez. Now, this rant is all about this year and this game where I'm pissed. But the future, I think the future is bright. Steven Dix looked good to me. If you want to talk about some bright spots, I thought Steven Dix, thought Amari Gaynor, thought Kalen DeLoach, all look good. I mean, all linebackers, but they all look good as far as defensive goes. Josh Griffiths was out there on the field around the ball. Saw Quayshawn Fuller out there, but I didn't really see Quayshawn making too much plays. But we're young and we got some players. McClendon was out there. We're young. We're developing guys. Offensively, the offensive line is young. Maurice Smith is a freshman. Maurice Smith is a freshman. Bayvion's a senior, but Maurice Smith's a freshman. Our left tackle, I can't even think of his name. Darius Washington's a freshman. Dante Lucas is only a sophomore. I mean, that's 3 out of the 5 guys, man. True freshmen. We're young at a lot of spots. The future's bright. We need a quarterback bad. Yes, we do. Those short passes were killing Tech. And I don't know why it took so long for us to go to them, Lover, man. Short passes were there, and I don't know. This game is going to be I might need to check myself into rehab. I don't know if I'm going to make it to rehab. Somebody put the stupid U sign up. But come on, bring the trolls. I'm not mad. As long as you ain't being disrespectful, man, come in, talk your trash. I can deal with it. The way this team played, I don't know if they could even be FIU or FAU. Record 7-3, bro. We're worse than 7-3, Jalen. Again, record-wise, can you favor us in any game? Georgia Tech is by far, other than Jacksonville State, the least talented team on the damn schedule. Can you favor us in name one game you can favor us in this year? We don't play Syracuse. Name a game that you're going to be able to favor us in. We'll be lucky to get the 6 wins, man. Steven Dix looks like that dude. Steven Dix looked good. No pass rush. Yep, talked about that. Georgia Tech was faking to kill the offensive rhythm. Bench Blackman. It'll be a long season. Georgia Tech was trash. Maker or Miami will kill you. I agree, Derek. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I don't agree with you. Black was awful. And if Fuller doesn't make any adjustments, D'Eriq King's gonna have a field day on the ground. Sims has a bright future. Sims has a bright future. Marvin Wilson, Sidney Sam Jr. were balling. Really wish the rest of the team had their energy. Defense line, no pressure. Poke. What's up, Dennis? Go to hell. We could have got D'Eriq King because he said we were here. That's when we had Bryles. If we would end up keeping Bryles, I think D'Eriq King would have came here. But I'm not going to sit here and say that I wanted D'Eriq King. I still think D'Eriq King is limited as a passer. FSU might be 1-2. No. Well, we don't have a game next week, Dennis, so we'll be 0-1 when we play y'all. Because we play y'all, our second game is y'all. So we won't be 1-2, that's for damn sure. But we'll be 0-2 after that game, Dennis. I'm not going to sit here and pretend with you. We'll lose to y'all. I might have a different tune after I calm down, but right now we'll lose to y'all. We need Chuba to take this thing over. We need Chuba for sure. That's a fact. Chuba, come save us. Get healthy and come save us. Florida State will never be good with that O-line. Again, here comes another person who don't know what they're talking about. The offensive line was not the issue tonight, so I don't want to hear anything about an offensive line. That was not the issue tonight. Please, either go back and watch the game or understand what you're watching. A lot of y'all talk and don't even know how to really watch football. Offensive line was not the issue tonight. Did it have some bad plays? Yes. It wasn't perfect, but it wasn't the issue tonight. Blackman reminds me of Ja'Cory Harris from Miami. Black was bad, Dennis. Y'all act like we got blown out. It don't matter if we got blown out by 21. You don't lose to Georgia Tech. You can't name one position on their team that's more talented than us. You can't name one. Except for running back. You don't lose this game. It don't matter if we got blown out by 21 or lost by 3 like we did. It's embarrassing. Georgia Tech was like the easier teams of FSU's whole. Exactly. Georgia Tech was one of the wins you penciled in. We lost to them the same reason why Miami lost to them last year. No offense. I still think King is a midget. So that doesn't change, Dennis. But he's a midget that can run the hell out of the ball. Again, I've said it before. I compare him to Braxton Miller. I think he's a smaller version of Braxton Miller, which is it's not a bad thing. I don't think D'Eriq King is the passer, but with Miami and Lashley, they may not need him to be that. Miami may run for 300 yards a game this year. Not necessarily a negative thing. Georgia Tech is so sorry. Yeah, we know. But how bad does that make us, man? Now you know how that should feel when we lose to Georgia Tech. Welcome to our world. What's up, Zoo Pride? I guess, man. I guess. I think their QB might be better. Which one are we talking about? Talking about Sims? I think Sims is better than Black right now. At this moment, our QB situation is bad. Zoo Pride. He did, but he threw a lot of interceptions at crucial moments. That's the one thing about Sims, but you could expect that from a freshman, right? We knew I predicted Sims would throw 3. He should have thrown 3. Emmett Rice dropped 1. That was a pick 6. And the interceptions that he threw were bad. And even then we couldn't find a way to win the game. Ain't that something? Do y'all think Chuba can do this and get us to a bowl game? I think Chuba would have been a vast improvement over what we saw from Blackman, just from his legs alone. On that first drive, Black was able to use his legs. Kudos to Black on that first drive. You know what? I forgot. Travis didn't practice all August. Right. Absolutely right, Terry. Jordan Travis didn't scrimmage. He didn't practice. So, yeah, good point there on Jordan Travis, but still. We'll see if we ever get to see him, man. The score could have been a lot. And Taz, that was my point. If we blocked 3 field goals, the score should have been worse. And Santi Samuel bailed us out with 2 interceptions. The score could have been worse. Everybody talking about, oh, it's not a big deal, man. Yeah, it kind of is. So lucky FSU don't have to play Florida Gators. I still want to play them, but, whatever. Just because I hate them. You're not going to get me to say anything good about the Gators, T-Lo. We don't know when Chubba's going to be back because he just recently had a second surgery on that shoulder, so it's not looking too good for Chubba. And I was one of the people that was saying, man, just put Chubba in the, just put him in the cooler or, put him in the refrigerator for the rest of the season. Let him stay fresh for next season. But at this point, hey, Chubba, get healthy as soon as you possibly can. Travis J looked all right. I felt like they didn't play him enough at safety, Tyler. But you can see Travis J's talent when he was on the kickoff return, in my opinion. I didn't think he looked bad on kickoff return. You can see the talent. He needs more snaps. I don't feel like he got enough snaps at safety. Recruiting about to get ugly for us if we don't turn around. Yeah, not a good-looking recruiting at all. You want to sign guys like Payson, Chambry Jackson. We talking about trying to get a Maurice Mims, who were still in his final 5. And this is what you put out on the field. Granted, if I'm a Maurice Mims, you saw the improvement in the offensive line. You know one of those spots is up for grabs. But Payson, the receivers didn't do anything for Payson to be like, yeah, I want to go to Florida State. I mean, come on. Doesn't look good for recruiting at all. Especially at kick return, week 5. FSU is lucky they don't have to play Florida Gators. Tilo, stop saying that. Shit. Okay, about damn Gators. Hold on. It went too low for me. Okay, there we go. I completely agree. This wasn't on the offensive line. It looked like the team that a QB and a leader. BLACKMAN in the second half. Here's the thing, dog. If you're Warren Thompson and you do all this shit when you throw the quarterback under the bus left and right, how do you go out there and drop pass after pass after pass if you're Warren Thompson? Maybe Warren Thompson should stop complaining and throwing people under the bus and focus on his hands. Get your hands together, Warren Thompson. And I'm one of the people that have had your back. Black in the second half didn't show up. From what I saw, he struggled to even focus to finish. The offensive line once looked good. Blocking was fine. Blocking was fine. There was about 5, 6, 7, 8 plays where Black had time, and I'm sitting here yelling at my TV, get rid of the ball, get rid of the ball. Black literally had 3, 4, 5, 6 seconds in the pocket. Get rid of the ball, and he would hold on, doing what James BLACKMAN has always done. Hold on to the ball. Hold on to the ball. Even if the receivers aren't getting separation, make a decision and let's move on to the next play. Holding on to the ball doesn't help anybody. The rain delay messed a lot up for FSU first quarter momentum. Dennis, we're not even using that as an excuse. You can use that as an excuse if you want to, Dennis, because you're a hurricane. I ain't using that excuse because last time I checked, Georgia Tech had to sit through the same rain delay. Not doing it. Not using that as an excuse. Should have won by 50. North Carolina looks good. North Carolina struggled today, fresh. So I didn't think North Carolina looked too good against Syracuse. As a matter of fact, Syracuse looked like us. Syracuse left a bunch of points on the board in that North Carolina game. Texas looks good, don't care. Kyle Trask is good, don't care. The Gators would smack the shit out of y'all, don't care. Man, we might look like – I'm telling you, man, we'll be lucky to win 6 games, man. Offensive line looked the best it's looked in 3 years. Yeah, my feed keeps skipping. Hold on. Nobody cares about – I don't know why we're even talking about that. Go Jacket. Warren Thompson was dropping balls like Caitlyn Jenner. Shedeur Sanders only committed to FAU. You think we can get him now? I think Luke Altmaier is better than Shedeur Sanders, but Shedeur Sanders doesn't help us right now. Warren Thompson needs to quit all that talk and Warren Thompson needs to get them hands right. What's going on, Raptor? Good to see you. Sorry for the loss. I was a big believer in Jeff Sims when he went to Georgia Tech, and he did disappoint. Will he be? Yeah, absolutely. Jeff Sims impressed me. I'm not even going to lie to you, Raptor. Jeff Sims stepped up in the moment and made plays, mostly with his feet, but he still made plays when he had to, and he did throw a touchdown. He threw a touchdown on a guy that everybody was telling me was the next coming of Deion and Jerry and Jones. The hell with that. Jerry and Jones, I'd rather play Demore Tate over Jerry and Jones from the looks of it. Jerry and Jones is supposed to be the next great FSU DB. Hopefully the ACC cancels this season. No, even if we trash, I still want to see him, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. Sergeant, what's going on, homie? Good to see you. Played hard, just too many mistakes. I don't want to talk about it. Terry goes, there were replays where you could clearly see wide receivers were open. I know. I'm trying to give Black the benefit of the doubt on some plays, but BLACKMAN, he pisses me off. He just pisses me off. I really think Sims will be like Kyler Murray. He's bigger than Kyler Murray, though. Sims 6'3", 200 plus already. What's Kyler Murray, like 5'10"? Sims is he's gonna be good for them, man. He's gonna be good for them. Losing recruiting is because of this loss. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Not even gonna pretend like we're not. There's gonna be recruits that see that shit and say, there's no way. Because the kids are built different nowadays. There used to be a kid might look at a situation and go, I can go start there week 1. Kids kind of want to ride the wave these days. They don't want to ride this shitstorm that FSU's doing. It's only one game. That's true. It is only one game. But I don't want to talk rational right now, Raptor. I want to rant and be mad, so leave me alone. With the new NIL being able to pay players, do you think Georgia Tech's future is looking good? ATL has a lot of money. I mean, I think all those states that are doing that are going to be good. I mean, Florida's doing it. I guess Georgia's doing it. I didn't know Georgia was doing it, but yeah, of course Atlanta has a lot of money. I think all those states that are allowing that are going to be good to go. Have you seen Jordan Young make an acrobatic catch in his career? I don't know. We didn't get to see him today. That's what I'm saying. How many times does Warren Thompson have to drop? That shit reminded me of Keith Gavin. How many times did we see Keith Gavin drop a ball, yet they wouldn't take him out the game? That was Warren Thompson's gripe last year why he quit the team, because he wasn't getting any playing time. He felt like he was better than Keith Gavin. And I just saw a Keith Gavin clone tonight. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't know. Jordan Young, it's some questionable decisions, man. Sam Gordon, why am I here? I don't know, Sam. Why are you here? Get the hell out. Matter of fact, I can put here. I'll help you get out. Bye-bye. This game was pretty sloppy. It was sloppy. I expected a sloppy game. I didn't expect the defense to be as bad as it was, though. They're definitely scrubs, Sergeant. I don't care what you say. They are scrubs. But Sims look good. I think 5-5, the one game where we get the upset. Not looking good. How long with the post-Winston drought of FSU? Yeah. I don't know, man. Good comparison with Gavin. That's what he looked like tonight. Warren Thompson looked like Keith Gavin tonight. So until James Blackman fixes his accuracy issues, which is not going to at this point, I believe Black is broken. At this point, I believe James Blackman is broken. This is going to be the James Blackman crush session. Because at this point, that's what I believe. I believe Black is broke. I don't think there's any fixing him. I think he is what he is. It's unfortunate to say that. But I think what tells me that he's broken is the fact that when he had time, he couldn't help but feel the pressure that it wasn't even there. And that's all here. And this is all that we've ever questioned about James Blackman, was everything that was in between the 2 ears. We didn't necessarily question his arm talent. I haven't. While I don't think his arm talent is elite, his arm talent is Division I level. But anything in between the two ears, Black ain't got it. And I'm not saying he's a dumb kid. So don't go saying that. I'm talking about on the football field, the way he is made, all of this in here. He has heart, don't get me wrong. But he gets extreme. When you saw him banging on the field, getting mad, doing what James Blackman does. Nothing wrong with showing emotion, but he gets to the point where he completely takes himself out of the game. And then now he's wildly inaccurate. So, again, I think Black is just broke, man. I think Black is broken. Shut up, Dennis. Georgia Tech has athletes. Of course they have athletes. Every team in the South has athletes. I agree. But FSU's got athletes, so I don't even want to hear that. That's the crazy thing is I don't think Sims ever put Georgia Tech in a bad situation. Yeah, he threw 2 picks, but we couldn't capitalize on them. We could either switch Travis to running back or wide receiver. Black got CTE. My main problem with Black is his throwing mechanics. Now it's that his lack of instincts. I agree. Jordan Travis looked like the best running back. Yeah. Again, I agree with that, man. Either running back or receiver for Jordan Travis. You don't like Black's mechanics. Black's never had the best mechanics, Terry. I absolutely agree with that. Black's never had the best mechanics. But I still say his problem is here. It's just, this one, it frustrated me so much watching him this game. I'm sitting here going, you got time. Make a decision. Make a decision. And he's doing this. Double pumping. That double pump shit. I don't know where he gets that from. He's got to stop doing that. Black just, he ain't got it. He ain't got it. And Purdy's injury don't help. And until we can, maybe they try to, because we have a bye week this week. Maybe you try to speed Rodemaker. Maybe you try to speed him up in practice and get him them first team reps, and maybe you make that switch. Maybe you try to speed Jordan Travis up and say, "Yo, we really need to see can you throw the damn ball?" Because I'm telling you, Jordan Travis would be so deadly if he could throw. That dude can move. But the problem is the defense knows whenever they see Jordan Travis in the game, let's just load the box. Let's just load the box. The reason he was so effective against Boston College, that was the first time Boston College had no film on Jordan Travis. But they know, every team now knows if you see Jordan Travis in the game, we'll just load the box. If Jordan Travis can somehow learn to throw, man, oh my God, we'd have the answer at quarterback until Chuba was ready. But we ain't got it. We ain't got it. What's up, Paul? What's going on, Mr. H? I'm hurting right now, bro. I'm on here going off. I'm ranting. I'm raving and ranting, and I ain't gonna stop no time soon until I feel like it. Blackman fumbled 2 times. How? Well, the one fumble on the strip sack was not Black's fault. Chaz Neal's just trash, and that was bad. That was my big Tyler. That was my big thing with Taggart. If you're gonna lose, man, lose with the guys you brought in. And I think he would have played Purdy tonight. I don't think Rodemaker's ready, man. I don't think he's ready. But maybe they tried to speed up the process going forward. I just don't think Rodemaker's ready. We'll definitely play hard against Miami, but it won't be enough. Not from what I saw tonight. Unless Adam Fuller better make some damn adjustments. Because Derrick King's going to kill us on the ground. You let Jeff Sims run everywhere he wanted to run. At no point, I didn't understand why at no point did you not put a spy on Jeff Sims. I didn't understand that, but whatever. I agree. The INT by Blackman was so unnecessary. It was Black being Black. Blackman being Blackman. You could have just threw that thing out of bounds, but nope, Black's got to do Blackman things. Sometimes a loss motivates you. That is true. Absolutely right on that one, Sar. Sometimes a loss gets you, get you where you need to be. Sometimes. But I'm not talking rational tonight. I want to be mad, so let me be mad. And if you come here talking any of this Gator talk, I'm putting you in timeout because I do these videos, live streams all the time. I don't never see none of at least my Miami haters who come in here, at least they show face all the time. I know most of the people in here. Like I know Dennis. I know Dennis come here. He talk trash to me all the time. I like Dennis. I deal with him. You Gator haters are going straight to timeout. I ain't got time for y'all. Polk. When the Miami linebackers come down, yeah, my linebackers didn't even look that good against UAB, but whatever. You see Blackman triple pump. I hate you, Dennis. Jordan Travis, the most explosive back on the roster. Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you, Tonio. I don't disagree with you. He's definitely the most explosive runner. I think Webb's right there with him, man. I think Webb's good. Corbin did not look like the business. We need Purdy to save us. Can't wait for Altmaier next year. Definitely can't wait for Altmaier. But you don't want to rush Purdy and get him seriously hurt. So, only good news about Purdy is I believe the collarbone is the non-throwing side. So should be all right. We are going to play harder against Miami. Doesn't mean we'll beat y'all. I can fully admit that at this point. On that interception, people were acting like he had improved on the next third down when he threw it away. Right, Tyler, like he should have did that the first time. Of course you're going to throw it away. Like, come on, man. It shouldn't take a disaster for you to then do the right thing, right? It's like the saying, like, do you really praise somebody for putting out the fire if they're the ones who started the fire? So, come on, man. Dennis, have you ever played the game before at any level? Uh-oh, they're going at it. FSU all the way, but I live in G-Villes. Hey, man, FSU all the way, but, man, we hurting. Well, Jurgen's back. Serious question. Wasn't the RPO supposed to be Norvell's thing? I don't see much of it. No, Norvell runs this, and maybe I'm wrong. If I go back, but Norvell is not big on the RPO, if I'm not mistaken, from what he had at Memphis. Maybe he did something different at Arizona State. I was surprised we didn't run as much as he ran at Memphis, but for whatever reason, I don't think. If somebody else knows, maybe they can answer that. I don't think the RPO is really his thing. Can't wait to see you at UCF and Tech next week. Who cares? Why is UCF? If little kids start coming in here, I'm blocking y'all. If you're a UCF fan, Mike, just go. You need to go sit at the kiddie table. Even at our worst, UCF will never be Florida State, period. I believe after Blackman got the first down, they should have put Jordan back in the game. I thought they were going to do that. That's a good point. I thought after Black had completed that first down, I thought they should have went right back to Jordan and did what they were doing, and they didn't do it. Man cost FSU a win. Should bring Laybourne back. At this point, that Laybourne loss does look significant. Dennis said he played against Jerome Bettis and Michael Westbrook. That's dope. It's like the air raid pro style type of offense. Jalen, that would look so weak. If you brought him back, yes, it would look weak, but it looks like we need him. But I agree, you don't bring him back. Open up another Corona. You ain't lying. I need to go downstairs and get me one. Actually, I think this was my last one. Might need to go pour me a shot or two. Yeah, no. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying bring Laybourne back. I'm just talking like we need a talented back. I don't want to throw judgment on Corbin after one game, but he just did not look like it. Maybe it's the weight that Corbin put on that's slowing him down. Because he is up to like 220 something, if I'm not mistaken, and I don't think he was that big at Texas A&M. Maybe it's the weight. He did not look explosive. Webb to me looked really good though. Webb's very small, but he looked good. I have such a headache. And I'm just getting started, Tyler. Tyler, let's be honest. Our backs didn't do nothing. Laybourne would have made Georgia Tech look crazy. My best friend played at the Michigan National Championship game with Chris Ford. So I've been ranting for an hour, man. I could probably keep going, but James Blackman. What do you guys think? Should we go with Rodemaker? Seriously, do we go with Rodemaker, or do we just stick it out with Black and hope for the best? Do we play some more freshmen? Because I see a lot of people are mad at the running backs. I see a lot of people are not happy with that running back room. So what is it? What do you guys want to do, man? Do we play some more Toafili? Do we see Corey Wren out there? I get Corey Wren has the speed, man. I'm not denying Corey Wren's speed. I just don't want to see Corey Wren get clocked. but maybe if you can get Corey Wren in space, yeah, I got you. I'm not doubting that. So what do you guys think? We need some more running backs. Y'all think? What's the biggest weakness on the offense? Is it the quarterback or the running back? Because I see more people seem to be mad at the running backs than they are at the quarterbacks. To me, this game is pretty much all about James Blackman and the defense that didn't show up. But a lot of people are not happy with the running back. Sheffield might, that's a good point, Tyler. Sheffield might be a better option than Corbin at this point. That is a good point. Corey Clark of Wartrent got it right last season. It's that these players just don't know how to win. At some point, man, I agree with that, but at some point, they need to – at some point, you got to be a man and just do it. I don't want to hear about I don't know how to win. I understand that sentiment, and I'm not disagreeing with it. But sometimes, at some point, you just got to be better than the person that's across from you. But maybe that's, me just talking. I wouldn't play Rodemaker against Miami. Me neither. I'd stick it out with Black and take the L. Webb reminds me of Dunn somewhat. That's what Michael says. QB is definitely the problem. Michael says QB is the problem. Rose says both are bad. Taz says, I notice a lot of FSU fans not wearing masks, but no worries. Bruh, it's Florida, Taz. You know everything's open there. I don't think Florida, so if you guys don't know, just like if you're first time watching me or whatever, I'm in Hawaii. Hawaii has a mandatory mask at any public place. You get fined if you're not wearing one, right? Florida ain't got that. Everything's open in Florida, and I don't think they have a mandatory mask. If they catch it, my whole belief on the COVID thing, if people want to go out there and not protect themselves and catch it, then they and risk their families, then damn it, it is what it is. FSU had a very good turnout in that stadium, though. The fans were pretty loud. Like that to me, FSU, this is the one game I think I've watched where it sounded like a regular football game. FSU's fans were pretty loud, and the Marching Chiefs sounded good. That's for sure. Christopher Lewis, we are so used to hearing how much talent and speed that we have, but it shows that we clearly are lacking the talent. It shows that we are definitely lacking the talent. Chris, I can't even deny that, man. I'm sitting here and I'm like, we think Warren Thompson's talented, but obviously he's not. Until he shows me he is, he's not talented. Until Corbin shows me he's not talented. Until a defensive end emerges, that group's not talented. Until another defensive back emerges, that group's very vastly overrated and not talented. I didn't see a lot of Akeem Dent tonight. I think I saw him on the first couple plays in the first drive for Georgia Tech, and I didn't see him much after that. But could Dent do much worse than Jerry and Jones did, who everybody was hyping? So you're right. Until I start seeing some shit, we ain't talented. I'm not even – absolutely, Chris, absolutely. FSU's run game was one of the only things working for a minute. When they actually ran the ball, when they were running the ball out of the Wildcat, I thought it was effective. When they were trying to run it conventionally, I wasn't feeling it. We have no talent. Y'all ain't catching COVID-19 or passes. Obviously. Receiver. Sounds like the Chiefs added a little remix to the war chant. Steve-O, I don't know you. Thank you for joining the chat. You're one of those Miami haters. I usually let you Miami guys stick around. Do me a favor and subscribe and hit that like button. You absolutely have to go with Yeah, you might as well. You have to go with 18. Is that what Rodemaker's wearing? 18. You think Blackman is done? I think Blackman's damaged goods also. I just don't know if you go with Rodemaker against Miami. Now, because you're asking Rodemaker to beat Miami. I don't know, man. Woodbay was a no-show. That's what I'm saying. Only DB that showed up was Asante Samuel, bro. And the only unit on the defense that showed up was the linebackers. We heard it for 7 years straight. Y'all be all right. Well, you ain't lying there, Salim. We will be all right. I know we'll be all right. But that don't mean I can't be mad right now, so let me be mad. Asante Samuel looked really good. He was the only one who showed up in that secondary. FSU's only hope against Miami is that Louisville hurts King and he misses a few weeks. That's the only plus for Florida State, right? Is that and Miami does play a Louisville team this next week. And you're going to get some more tape. But hell, I don't know. Adam Fuller better bring it against Miami. Adam Fuller better bring it against Miami. Because we can talk about the players all we want, but Adam Fuller was calling some defensive schemes that I wasn't a fan of. Dropping your 6'5", 260-pound defensive end in the flats and coverage when he's not a twitchy athlete like that didn't make sense to me. Adam Fuller's got some questions. You better fix it. How we let freshman QB beat us again? Good question, Oliver. I have no idea. Steve-O, I will say this. Garnet tops the pants look fresh. Bro, we look good. We look fresh. I agree. I was so excited seeing the Garnet on Garnet today. We definitely look good. We didn't play good. Dion used to say, look good, feel good, play good. How I miss some prime time. We can't lose any worse with Rodemaker than we did with Black. Oh man, maybe you're right, Michael. Maybe I'm just old school and thinking that unless the guy is unless you're looking at a transitional type athlete, that sometimes man you just gotta let these quarterbacks develop. But you might be right. Maybe we just need to go with Rodemaker and take our lumps and bruises. And let James Blackman hit the portal and see what happens. You may be absolutely right. If I was the head coach, I would go with Tate because if I'm going to go down, let me go down with my guy who I recruited. I'm Raymond. I'm 100% with that. I'm 100. I was saying the same thing with Taggart about there were certain guys he would play, and I felt like you recruited other guys. Now why not go to your guys and stop playing the old Jimbo guys? So I understand it. Maybe we do go with Rodemaker going forward. Because I don't see any improvement from Black. I don't see how Black gets better. I just wish Purdy was healthy because I know we would go with Purdy. Purdy brings that extra dynamic. You feel me? Michael says I'm old school also, but something has to change. Absolutely something has to change. Hopefully Norvell sits there, no hearts players, and puts them players in a fight in them. Yeah. Hopefully some of these freshmen develop quicker than what was originally planned. That's what we need ultimately, man. So we think, let's say, we'll trade you Tate Martell for a milkshake. At this point, never mind, I'll take that back. Tate Martell don't add nothing to our teams. We'll keep the milkshake. No, we'll keep especially an Oreo milkshake, man. Y'all on drugs. That's that crack talking again. We'll definitely keep the Oreo milkshake over Tate Martell. Y'all tripping. Tate Martell don't add nothing to the squad. Tyler says we really didn't blitz that much. I thought when we blitzed Tyler, I thought we had success though. Am I mistaken on that? I thought that when Fuller decided to blitz, we got home on the blitz, or we really got in Sim's face. We didn't blitz that much, but I thought when we did, we had success, and that might be an adjustment that Fuller makes. If we can't get pressure off the edges, damn it, we just gonna have to blitz. Maybe add Deloach to that stud spot. Is it the stud or the fox I'm thinking of? Add Deloach to that stud spot, I think is what I'm thinking of. Drop Gaynor down to that defensive end spot that Kando's at, which Kando was walking around, so he might be okay. But even when Kando was in the game, he wasn't getting much of a rush. Maybe drop Gaynor down, drop Deloach over, and just maybe blitz more. I don't know. But Fuller's got to figure it out. That's why he gets paid money to do it. Blackman got beat up 2 years with that old line in his head. Yeah, definitely got happy feet, Pat. And that's what I said. I said for the most part, man. Well, not for the most part, but I can't necessarily blame Black. I understand why he's seeing ghosts. I understand why he's got the happy feet. But damn it, at some point, you have to mentally get that out of your head, right? Black's got PTSD, but he was feeling pressure when it wasn't there. At some point, you have to let that go. But I understand why he was feeling that way. What if we give you a milkshake to take Martell? The Oreo milkshake, and then you give us Tate Martell? Tell you what, you throw in a Big Mac and some fries, and I'll think about it. You throw in the Big Mac fries with the Oreo milkshake and Tate Martell, you might have yourself a damn deal. You're right. We did have success. I thought Fuller's defense was all about blitzing, and he didn't blitz much, but when he did, it looked like it was successful. So that might be an adjustment that Adam Fuller wants to make going forward, Tyler. So we're on the same page there. Gaynor was a beast. Jay Oliver says Fuller needs to learn that this ain't the week. No doubt, Jay Oliver. No heart since the 90s, early 2000s. I can handle losing most games if they only had heart. So I'll say this. About this game. I'm upset. I still say we were well coached. And I still don't think – does it look bad? Yes. I don't think FSU looks stupid at any point in this game. You know what I mean? Like I can't think of a play like last year against Boise where you got two seniors going for the ball and neither one of them can come up with the fumble after Hampson Nasruddin makes a hell of a hit, right? We don't have any plays that I think in this game that are going to make a meme. We look well coached. We look solid. We just didn't execute down the stretch, and we had a quarterback who was out of his everything. So, solidly coached team. We just got to fix the mistakes, and we defensively, Fuller's got to fix it. I think Adam Fuller is one of the coaches that's up in the box. Well, he better come down to the field, or there better be someone on that sidelines to make the correct adjustments on defense. No, I think Fuller was on the sidelines. So he wasn't up in the box. Fuller got to fix it. Fuller has to fix it. Too much talent. I still believe there's too much talent on that defense. Gaynor was beast. Fuller, no. How long do you think it would be for the program to get back to having a winning record? Well, look, don't look like we're going to have one this year. The program will have a winning record, man. I honestly believe when we can fix that. I'm not even going to say offensive line. I think the offensive line is looking solid going forward. The offensive line is extremely young. You got what? You got two freshmen on that offensive line and a sophomore. The offensive line is going to be fine going forward, I believe, as long as you keep recruiting. We got to fix that quarterback situation, man. We got to get the right guy in there. And we have to recruit at a clip at the quarterback position to where if we're not getting the right guy, we can make a change and find the right guy, right? The problem now is we just got Black and nothing else. Well, we had Black and Purdy. That's the issue, right? We had Black and Purdy. Once Purdy went down, we're stuck. But we needed to get to where we got James Blackman, we got Chubba Purdy, then we got another guy and maybe another guy that at least we feel comfortable in. Because right now, the two guys behind Blackman, they obviously don't feel comfortable in. Jalen says things will change when I go to FSU. Jalen, I hope so. Hope when you're old enough to go there and you go there, hope you can bring us back to glory. We don't have D-line depth with the pass rush. No, we don't have good pass rushers at all. And you're right. We don't have anything behind Janoris Robinson or Kando. Bunch of unproven talent there. I have my questions about Fuller's Memphis defense because when you look at the scores, opposing teams, right, I agree with that, Terry. The only thing So I would defend Fuller at Memphis because I would watch that Memphis team. And yes, they gave up points, but I always felt like they were in the right positions when I would watch them. They just didn't have the talent. I feel like they were vastly under-talented on that defense. But I always felt like the guys were in the right positions. Tonight, I don't know if we were in the right positions. I know on some of the play calls I wasn't a fan of, and I think some of that has to do with the players as well, just not being smart, not playing smart. I agree. They didn't just totally give up. So that's one change I see. Yep. You guys had too much talent on your defense to play like that. There's a difference between being a solid coach team and getting the team ready to play. The O-line was solid, and you can see the coaching difference. You sure could, Ed. I agree there. Just got enough that we don't have any depth on the O-line. Once a guy goes down, man, it's scary after that. You saw how bad Chaz Neal was? Like, you didn't even touch the dude. He looked like Jawan Williams. Like, who? I wish God would have made me 6'7", 300 and something plus pounds. Like, come on, how do you be so bad? So Chaz Neal, yeah, it's scary once our starters go down because the depth is very bad. Toilet paper O-line. Here's somebody else that don't know what they're talking about when they're talking about O-line. O-line wasn't the issue tonight, the good fella. Terry pissed off right now. Terry should be pissed off. Granted, again, Terry's grandmother died. I understand Terry's probably very emotional right now. But Terry dropped the pass. So be pissed off at yourself, Terry, if you're going to be pissed off. Third and long defense was atrocious. Man, our long and anything defense was bad. Again, I don't understand how on first down, we'll get him into negative yardage situation. And then on second down, we'll give that we'll give 10 yards right back, and now they're at a 3rd and 5. Or on a 2nd and 15, we give up 6, 7, 8 yards, and now they're in a 3rd and short. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was really – I don't understand sometimes when FSU plays off coverage with their corners. And we did that a little bit tonight. Fuck Terry. Who cares if he spits? Catch the damn ball. Or disregard the Terry comment. Hey, Anthony, that's how you feel. That's how you feel. I understand where you're coming from. But his grandmother did die this morning, so I understand he may be emotional. But you got to catch the ball. Got to catch the ball. Thank you, Taz, for tuning in. I appreciate you showing up, man. I welcome you, you're a Hurricane, but I welcome you, Hurricanes. It's the Gators I don't like. Terry might not pass. Terry might not have passed. I hope he doesn't drop any. He's too good to be dropping anything. Defense looked good in the first half. I don't even think defense looked good in the first half, good fella. I just believe that Asante Samuel bailed the defense out a couple times. I know they pitched a shutout in the first half, but they were moving the ball in the first half too. It's just Asante Samuel made some plays. Asante Samuel made some plays, not the corners. Asante Samuel. Our corners didn't look good, man. Asante was nice. But everything opposite of Asante was looking very suspect. Next week, all these guys need to be second team. Number 1, that's Black. 6 is Woodbay. 11 is Thompson. 35. Jaron Jones is 7. But who's 35? Who's 35? I think who 35 is off the top of my head. What happened to Miko? Nothing happened with Miko. Trash. Great live, boss man. Facts. They was moving the rock. Yeah, man. Anthony was moving the rock the first half. Asante Samuel, who I'm going to start calling Young Goat. Young Goat. He's the one that bailed the defense out in the first half. And then they stopped throwing them. I think they only targeted them like one. I won't say they targeted them like maybe 1 or 2 times in the second half. They said, no, we ain't throwing the ball Asante Samuel away no more. 35 is Warner. Okay, 35 is Warner. I thought Warner had some plays. Again, as a linebacker as a whole, I thought played well. I know Emmett Rice dropped that pick, and everybody's going to smash him for that. Emmett Rice had a couple missed tackles. But again, Jeff Simmons is going to make you miss tackles. Oh, by the end of the year, Steven Dix is going to be starting at linebacker. Steven Dix is the real deal, folks. Steven Dix is the truth. He looks like a beast, and he plays like a beast. I didn't see much of Lundy tonight. Did anybody see Lundy tonight? I don't think I saw DJ play tonight at linebacker. I'm pretty sure he was on special teams. I didn't see Lundy get much burn at the linebacker spot. I could be wrong, but I don't recall seeing Lundy out there. We're going to talk about guys that we didn't see. I didn't see Lundy. We didn't see any Corey Wren tonight. We didn't see any of the new wide receivers like a Brian Robinson. I saw Brian Robinson on the sideline, but didn't see him in the game. We didn't see Kentron Porter yet. We didn't see Brian Robinson. We didn't see Demore Tate as far as in the defensive secondary. We did see the freshmen that we did see. We saw Josh Griffiths. We saw, I think we saw Steven Dix. We saw Toa Feely. But there's some guys that were kind of missing, and I wonder why. We saw Toa Feely. Toa Feely got a couple reps. I know who 9 is. I know we saw Toa Feely. But I didn't see Lundy. We didn't see Ja'Kai Douglas. I saw Woodbay. He just didn't do a goddamn thing. But he was on the field. Number 6 was definitely on the field. Just didn't do shit. I don't think Lundy played, though. To answer your question, Jalen. I think Toa Feely's going to be the goods going forward. We're just young. But, man, if you're joining me for the first time, please hit the like button. Please subscribe. You're already in the comments chilling with me. This is what I'm going to do going forward rest of the season. I got a pre-show I do. I don't go live during games, man, because I'd be too into the game to go live. But after the game, this would be called Saturday Night Live. I didn't call it that because I'm pissed and I want to rave and rant. But normally, this is Saturday Night Live with your boy. And, yeah, man, hit the like button, man. Subscribe to the channel. I ain't going nowhere no time soon. We still 40 deep. We still chilling. We still talking. Anthony, I think we'll bounce back. Look, it ain't doom and gloom, but I want it to be doom and gloom because I want to be pissed. In the big picture, whatever. But this game was still the game you should have won, period. Grew up with LT. That's my boy, Pinellas Park. That's what's up. Toa Feely. It's good stuff. Why is Leonard Warner on the field on 3rd and long? That shit killed me all night. Right, because Leonard Warner he can't cover. I agree with that. At this point, hire me. Do you think the weather played a role? I don't think Novell kept them up to play. I'm not sure Novell. Here's the thing about that, Ed. Because that's very funny you bring that up about the weather. First of all, I'm not going to make an excuse on that weather stuff because Georgia Tech had to deal with the same thing. But I don't know if you follow War Chant, they interviewed Kenny Dillingham, and Dillingham made this big point that Norvell was so attention to detail oriented that they even practiced what to do on a rain delay. Go back and watch the interview. He made it a point to point this out. Coincidentally, the first game we did with the rain delay. And this is it. I'm not putting any of the blame on the rain. I don't think that was a factor at all, personally. Again, I'm just being mad. But you can't come out here and praise the coach and say, oh, we know exactly what we're doing on the rain delay and use that as an excuse. According to Norvell and Dillingham, they were prepared for the rain delay. So I ain't going to use it. If they're not going to use an excuse, I'm not. I'm emotional too, Anthony. Have to move on from JB. JB is bad, Ronnie. We got to move on from him. Poke is a real one. Sub to my dog. Thanks, Pat. I try to keep it as real as I can. The Tony Tone Show. Tony, get the hell out of here. West Virginia would have smacked us, man. But I'll say this. Maybe with a complete full spring game and offseason, maybe this team would have looked different. Maybe. But this team, yeah, West Virginia would have smacked us. I think we can actually compare how the team responds after a one-game loss on Norvell than with Willie. The problem is it's Miami next. And I don't think Miami's no world beater, but they're gonna beat us. That's the problem is it's Miami next. Now, you can look at that one of two ways. It's Miami, it's the rivalry game, so them boys should get up. But we thought that last year. Like, man, these boys should get up for this Miami game last year. And they went out there at home and played the way they played. So hopefully they can get up this year and put something on the field. But if James Blackman's still going to play the same way, we're not going to beat Miami. And if Fuller don't make no adjustments to a mobile running quarterback, we ain't going to beat Miami. How about Georgia Tech with them fake-ass cramps? I felt like they were faking the cramps, too. Every time we would get some momentum going on offense, somebody would – it's funny how none of our players face cramps, but a bunch of their players face cramps. Yet they're in Atlanta and we're in Tallahassee, not that far apart. We all dealing with the same southern heat. But that's called gamesmanship, and that's called smart. That's what you do. I mean, maybe FSU should have pulled those tactics. Do I like that? No, but at some point when other teams doing it or when that's becoming the norm, it's like the NBA and flopping. I hate floppers. But some of the best players in the game flop now. You know why? Because it's gamesmanship and they know how to manipulate the system. Well, damn it, get on board and manipulate the system. War Chant making excuses for Norvell. I haven't watched any War Chant. What are they saying about Norvell? I'm not making any excuses for Norvell, but I'm not putting this loss on Norvell. I'm honestly not. I'm not putting it on Norvell. I saw a good coach football team. I have seen enough of James Blackman. That's where I'm at with it. What do you think the biggest weakness is? Quarterback. Shooting Miami better than us right now. Don't look like it was rocking today with limited fans. Don't look like it was rocking. Biggest weakness, mentality, and heart. Yeah, I'm surprised how well coached we look given the circumstances. Yeah. FSU hasn't lost to them at home. Well, I know we haven't lost in Miami since 2009. Hasn't lost to them at home. No, that's right. Miami already beat us. What are you talking about? What are you talking about, gentlemen? We ain't beat Miami. I don't want to hear it. FSU don't suck. FSU don't suck. Who are you a fan of, D. Jones? But we do suck. But who are you a fan of? I agree, PCN. This is the game we should have won and then start worrying about. Yeah. If you couldn't beat Georgia Tech, man, you got to explain to me how anybody thinks we can really beat Miami. Even if you don't think – and I don't think Miami's that great. But if Jess Sims could kill you on the ground, De'Aaron King's going to have a field day on the ground. That's the one thing that I can take to the bank is De'Aaron King running the ball. I can take that to the bank. I might not take his throwing ability to the bank because I think he has an arm, but I don't think De'Aaron King's very accurate. I saw that in UAB. But I know if the play breaks down, De'Aaron King can run for 20 yards like that. And if Lashley was smart, he probably would want to start doing some design run plays with De'Aaron King. Because Miami's offense looks like it has a chance to be a really run-heavy team this year. With the running backs they have. I think they got a good stable of running backs. Jalen Knighton, man, I wish you would have got him because he looked better than any running back we put on the field today. So Miami's got the edge on us. You always said Georgia Tech hasn't beat us at home since 2009. Well, okay. Well, that just changed today, didn't it? I don't think it was Norvell either, but JB got to man up and make some. JB has to man up. I completely agree with that. At some point, if you're James Blackman, man, put whatever happened in the past behind you. Making pressure when there's no pressure, man. The one thing I don't think Blackman can fix is his accuracy, though. He's still not very accurate with the ball, and that's just coming from mechanics and Jeff Sims made Norvell look stupid for not signing him. That you can criticize, Corey. I agree with that. You can criticize Norvell wanting to move on from Jeff Sims and go after Purdy and Rodemaker. Purdy's hurt. Now, see, I don't think we would be having this conversation if we saw Purdy today, but that's just me. But hell, you could have just signed Jeff Sims and Chubba Purdy if that was the case, and you could have let Rodemaker walk. So I agree. Jeff Sims made Norvell look stupid. That's all we got. That's all we got, James Chandler, is a bunch of stars on paper. Everybody likes to talk about all those blue chips we got. Name somebody that's actually playing like they're ranking. J-Dub was hyped up. Trash. Woodbay was a 5-star. Trash. Asante Samuel, the only one that's living up to what he is. I can't think of no one else. I mean, Marvin Wilson, of course. But see, the things that Marvin Wilson does, you're not going to see in the stat sheet. Marvin Wilson is a 3-tech. Marvin Wilson 6'5", 215 or whatever he is. Marvin Wilson, the things he does on a football field, you're not going to see on the stat sheet. Go back and watch this game. Marvin Wilson got penetration. But your defensive tackle can't be chasing Jeff Sims from – you're not going to – Marvin Wilson ain't catching Jeff Sims. I don't care how good Marvin Wilson is. That's the issue. Can you speak on the damn drop passes? Oh, I talked about the drop passes. Warren Thompson better step up after Blackman had the bad plays. He hit wide receivers. You're absolutely right, Walter. You are absolutely right. Warren Thompson, a guy who I have a love-hate relationship with Warren Thompson because I'm a fan of his talent, not a fan of his the way he acts on social media and the way he's very quick to call out. Warren Thompson's very quick to throw a coach under the bus. We have proof of that. Well, Warren Thompson might want to go on social media and throw himself under the bus after today's game. Tamarion Terry, not like he usually don't drop passes. I'm going to give Tamarion Terry a slight pass today. Grandmother passed away this morning. You don't know what he's going through. I don't know how close he was with his grandmother. Pretty sure he was. It's hard to speak on what he's feeling. I know it's easy to say. You get on that field, you tune things out, but everybody deals with things differently, you know. I'll give Terry a temporary pass just for this game. I ain't giving Warren Thompson no pass because you are very public when you have a problem. Well, damn it, you should have a problem with your hands. Put your hands on blast on social media. Talk about how your hands have been lying to you for your whole life. That's what you need to do, Warren Thompson. You need to step the hell up. Samuel should have took at least one of those to the house. I wish he would have. That one, I think it was the second pick, he definitely should have took to the house. He waited too long to cut back inside, and the tackler was able to get him. Knighton was committed to us. I know, Bobby. What's going on with DJ? DJ, from what I heard, I don't think the university's made anything official, but from what I heard, DJ Matthews has decided to opt out of this season. Don't know if DJ would have done anything, made any difference, but DJ has decided to opt out. Good first weekend of football. I mean, it's good to have college football back. I'm not going to lie. I was so excited today and this morning. I was so pumped. But I'll be damned if today was just, today just started bad for me. I started doing my pregame live stream. Power goes out in the middle of my live stream. Then, as I'm waiting for my power to come back on, which it didn't come back on till I think the first quarter, like midway through the first quarter, weather delay after weather delay. So I'm like, damn, not only is my power out and I'm trying to watch the game on my phone now on the ESPN app, but now the game's starting an hour and 30 minutes late because of weather. And then we get, 8 minutes into the quarter, and it's another weather delay. Like, just bad omens all across the board. And then, of course, we freaking lose at the end of it all. Play the freshman Toafili. I think Toafili's going to get more burn going forward. I agree, Ballard. The loss was worse than any of Taggart's. Was this loss worse than any of Taggart's? I don't think it was. I think we got to look at wins and losses and put them in perspective. That Virginia Tech loss, you know why that Virginia Tech loss for Taggart? His first game was worse because the team looked lost in that game. There's a couple of losses I can point to Taggart, and this ain't me defending Norvell and bashing Taggart or vice versa. The problem I've always had with Taggart wasn't that he was losing games. It was the way FSU looked when we lost when Willie Taggart was the head coach. We looked lost. I don't think we looked lost tonight. I didn't watch this game and think, man, this team looks lost. Offensively, they looked at a sink. Black looked lost. One player looked lost. And defensively, the coach made no adjustments. But I didn't watch a team and go, damn, we just don't look. We look poorly coached. When I watched Taggart's teams, whether it was the Boise State, the Virginia Tech game, the Wake Forest game, Virginia game, I watched that, the Miami game. I looked at those games and go, oh, my God. We don't even look like we showed up to play football. They don't even look like we know how to play football. So that's the difference there. I think we'll be all right. I don't think this game was worse than any of Taggart's. Not by a long shot. Don't know about Terry, had a family death. Good information because I was ready to rip on him. A lot of people were ready to rip on him. But, yeah, his grandma died this morning. So, prayers out to Tamarion Terry. Tough situation. So I'm going to give him a pass. I'm not giving Warren Thompson a pass. Especially for a guy who's so quick to be a diva and get on social media. Warren Thompson, fix your hands. Or go buy some new ones. I don't know where they selling hands at, but go find you some. Or I'll play Isaiah Bolden over you. Jordan Matthews over you. Portier over you. Come on, man. A lot of people had a lot of faith in you, Warren Thompson. Me, myself. I thought you were going to help Terry dramatically. I thought the defense would have to account for you and they wouldn't be able to double team Terry. You showed no proof of that today. I think somebody put it up in the chat earlier. You couldn't catch COVID if you were standing next to DJ Matthews, obviously, Warren Thompson. So, God. Hurricane T2I, what's going on, man? It's going to be a tough 2 weeks. It'll be all right. We'll lose to y'all, but it'll be all right. It'll be all right. Bye week. I don't know what they're going to get out of this bye week. Again, maybe they use this bye week to try to find a quarterback. Purdy's not walking through that door. Purdy hurt. You work with what you got and see if you can figure something out. Maybe you move I don't want to do it, but maybe you move Travis J over there. I don't know. But they got to find an answer at quarterback because the offensive line wasn't the problem tonight. And anybody that says differently, they weren't watching the same game or they don't even know what they're watching. They don't understand the game. Offensive line wasn't the issue. You heard what I said, man. I ain't going to say it again. Get out of here. Polk County, what's up? What's going on, Panama? What about Travis J at QB? I just said that, man. Maybe you take Travis J out there at quarterback. And I mean, the thing about that is I don't know how Travis J's arm is. Does Travis J give you more arm than Jordan Travis? I feel like their running ability is probably the same. So I don't know, man. But at a certain point, you got to figure something out at quarterback because Black's not the answer. What are your thoughts on Corbin? I thought Corbin looked slow. He did not look explosive to me. I don't know. Again, Corbin is up to like 220 pounds. Maybe that weight, he's feeling that weight. He may need to get back down to like 210 or 200. Corbin didn't look good to me, though. I thought Webb was the better looking running back. Shout out to Cam McDonald. I thought Cam McDonald had a good game I thought Cam McDonald took advantage of the few opportunities he was given. I thought Cam McDonald played well. And I think one of the adjustments Norvell maybe should make going forward is maybe design. I'm not going to say design the offense around Cam McDonald, but get Cam McDonald more involved. whether that's check downs in the flats, something that Black can see quick and get the ball to. Thought Cam played well though. Put a keyboard on the football, then he might can catch it. Yeah, for real, for Warren Thompson. You're absolutely right, man. Maybe if you put Twitter on the football, he'll catch it then, so he can tweet during games or some shit. Travis J at QB would not be improvement. I don't disagree with that, Tyler. I'm just trying to throw some things out there, man. Because at this point, they got to figure something out. Tight end was impressive. I think they need to cancel all the after practice interviews. I agree. That's a good point, Anthony. I like that. I agree. One of the things I used to like about Jimbo Fisher. Well, I liked a lot of things about Jimbo, not going to lie. But one of the things I used to respect about Jimbo, all those players and all the different players doing interviews and the different coaches. I mean, it's good to hear from different coaches sometimes. But Jimbo was the only one giving interviews. And he would allow the starting quarterback to give interviews every now and then. That was it. Maybe Mike Norvell probably needs to go to that because I don't want to hear from Warren Thompson. I don't want to hear from these guys that ain't playing. When you can talk all that good stuff in interviews all you want, then you get on the field and play like that, you don't deserve to be in front of the camera, man. So I agree with that. Maybe just do him and a couple staff members and call that a day. Tyler agrees with you too. So yeah, there you go. My cousin plays for Georgia Tech. Well, congratulations to him. What position does he play? Was he playing today or was he on the field making plays? Xavier? JB, don't go use check downs. If you design them for him, maybe he'll use them more. But you're right, he don't use them. Holds the ball too long, man. When the O-line was giving JB time to throw, he just couldn't get the ball out on time. He just refused to throw it. You say when the O-line was giving JB time. I saw plenty of plays where he had time. It's not like they were sparingly giving him time. Majority of the time, he had time to throw. I could probably think of 3 or 4 times where Black got pressured and didn't have time to make a decision. The first one that stands out is the Chaz Neal play. And there maybe been 2 or 3 more times after that where Black legit didn't have time to make a play and had pressure at him. But other than that, Black had plenty of time to throw the ball. I thought the running backs picked up blitzes fairly well. I thought the line adjusted to a 5-man rush pretty decent. Black just didn't make the throws. Oh, shoot. I didn't even know she left. Hello? Did you leave?
Yeah.
I didn't even know you left. What's up?
Of course you did.
What's up?
What are you doing?
I'm still doing my live stream. We say can't change anything.
Well, I'll call you when you're done.
All right, give me 15 minutes.
I didn't realize that's something.
Can't change anything. But man, I wish Norvell would have taken Sims. Yeah, it looks like it now. Okay, so Malachi Carter's your cousin. That's what's up. I thought Jeff Sims played good, Walter, especially for a true freshman in that situation, first time starting. Made some terrible throws, man. Made some terrible throws, especially on those interceptions. And he had probably a couple more that probably should have been picked. But I thought ultimately he was able to make the smart decisions when he needed to, run the ball when he needed to. Thought it was pretty good. Today was terrible. I miss Bobby Bowden. GT fan, no, you guys are good on defense. We have 2 SEC transfers on that line and a 330-pound center. That's irrelevant, though. But you still had a freshman quarterback. We don't have a pass rush, but we knew that going into the game. Your pet cat, meow. We knew that going into the game that we didn't have a consistent pass rush. But on some of those throws, man, Jeff Sims shouldn't be able to beat a guy like Jerrion Jones for a touchdown. You know what I mean? Some of those FSU players just got to play better. Period. All right. But we going on 2 hours here on Saturday Night Live. My post-game rant. I think if we could have stopped the run, Jeff Sims would have been. If for whatever reason, if Fuller decides, let me spy Jeff Sims with one of my athletes and force him to throw the ball and beat us. But for whatever reason, Fuller never made that adjustment. So it is what it is on that. I haven't heard any news on Kane, though, but I did see Kane, though, walking on the sidelines. I'm thinking he's going to be okay, but I haven't heard anything officially because I went straight from the game to here, so I haven't looked at a war chant or anything like that. So I haven't heard anything personally. Maybe there might be somebody in the chat that had that has heard something, but we didn't consistently stop. We didn't stop nothing. There were runs up the middle that I was like, what the hell? We couldn't even stop runs up the middle. You feel me? Like it was kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The defense is the biggest disappointment. Yes, we only gave up 16 points, right? 16 points, 13. But we gave up over 400 yards. Again, Asante Samuel bails us out. We did not play good defensively, and I was very disappointed in that defense, more so than anything. I expected the offense to struggle. I did not expect the defense to look like that. I didn't expect our secondary, who everybody thought was good, to look like that against a bunch of no-name wide receivers. No offense to Xavier's cousin, but it is what it is. Panama says they better figure it out quickly because nobody's going to feel sorry. Of course not. I don't feel sorry for us. I'm just pissed. But he's got to figure out that quarterback situation. This shit's so bad, Clemson's going to kill us. Clemson's probably going to smack us up again. Yeah. Fuller's got to make adjustments on defense. No press coverage. I didn't understand that either, Anthony. We were playing soft coverage the entire night. Again, on a bunch of no-name receivers. None of those corners was getting in the face of the receiver. I didn't understand it either. Fuller's got to fix it. 5 and 6. 5 and 6 is looking pretty likely, Michael. And Gregory just says, you think. I don't know what he's talking about right there. Oliver wants to predict our record. I'm going 5 or 6 wins. That's all I can give us right now. Unless we come out there and beat Miami. Right now, that's a loss for me. I don't have the schedule in front of me right now, but off the top of my head, Notre Dame's a loss. Miami's a loss. Clemson's a loss. UNC's a loss. That's 5 losses because we already lost to Georgia Tech. You see what I'm saying? I'm just being real. We couldn't afford to lose this game. Georgia Tech lost 5 losses already. I'm not going to favor us against any of those good football teams, against any team that has a better offensive situation than us. I can't favor them. 5 wins, man. 5 wins if we're lucky. Or 6 wins if we're lucky. Most likely 5. Louisville's possible, but damn. Again, after today, I can't favor us against Louisville. FSU, man, this loss is very disheartening. Do I think it's the end of the world? No, but Adam Fuller has to figure it out. The loss is on the defense and James Blackman because James Blackman left too many plays on the field. Of course, we're not in the same class as Clemson. And I don't even think Notre Dame looked good against Duke, but damn, the way we play, Notre Dame is going to put 50 on us for sure, Anthony. Absolutely. I agree with that wholeheartedly. We're not in the same class as Clemson. Clemson, Unless Fuller figures something out from here and out, let's hope he does. That's what you get paid money for. All that. I don't know if Fuller was trying to do like a vanilla defense because he knew we were playing a bad offense. So maybe he was trying to run a vanilla defense so Miami couldn't scout. But you need to throw all that out the window because obviously we don't have the players to run vanilla. You need to scheme around what you got. That's the only thing that looked good. Cook U33, what's going on? It's my first time seeing you, but thanks for coming in here. But yeah, special teams is the best part of the team. That's the only thing looked like we practiced. Absolutely, was blocking field goals. Louisville will be our tipping point for a winning, losing season. Yeah, you lose to Louisville, you can cancel Christmas. Very bad loss. We look the same from last year. So this recruiting class leaves, we will continue to get the same results. I don't know if we look the same from last year, big homie, but I still stand by the fact that I think we look like a better coached football team. I stand by that 100%. We need to find a quarterback to make plays. We need to move on from James BLACKMAN. I think James BLACKMAN is broken. Mentally, he's broke. He can't get the pass out of his head. That's why he's running in the pocket, and I'm sitting here going, what are you running for? Everybody's blocked up, and he's just running and scrambling. And you're like, what the hell are you doing? Because he got PTSD. Black might just be broke. But I'm going to end it on this. It's going on 2 hours, and I'm hungry and tired of being mad. I'm going to get drunk or something. I don't know. Play some video games. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I'm going to end it on this. Offensive line looked improved, regardless of what anybody says. That's my opinion. Offensive line looked good. Every other position on that offense gets an F. Black got an F. Man, I don't know how anybody could watch James BLACKMAN and give him anything higher than a D. And to me, the only thing that gives him a D is that first drive. That's it. And if I felt like once the Georgia Tech defensive coordinator adjusted to what James BLACKMAN was doing, Black couldn't do anything else. So there you go. Quarterback, D. I'll give him a D. Running backs, didn't look good at running back. F. Receivers, F. Offensive line, I'm giving them an A. And I'm only giving them an A because, in my opinion, it's the best this offensive line has looked in 3 years. Defensively, defensive ends, get a D. Thought they made some plays, but ultimately no pass rush. I'll give my D tackles a C+. They were effective. Need to see more, but they were effective. Giving my linebackers a B+, and I'm giving the defensive backfield another F, with the exception of Asante Samuel, who gets an A+++++. But that's all I got today, man. Everything else is it's bad. Knowles will be better. Win, lose, or draw, y'all. I'm gonna be on here either singing their praises or yelling at their failures. But it's your boy. This is Polk County Noel. If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button, comment, subscribe, and please share the channel. If you're new, if you're a returner, I thank you for tuning in like always. But I'm going to be here every Saturday, man. And I also do things during the week. If you're wondering, next breakdown video I'm going to do is of Brandon Jennings, our highest rated recruit in the class. We're going to break down his tape. I'll be doing that sometimes this week. So I also do videos like that if you're a new subscriber. So please, man, it's your boy. I'm out here. Y'all have a good night. Like I always say, stay classy, Seminoles. And we out here.